We'll be underway in 1 minute. Hello everybody and welcome to this Brentford versus Swansea live stream, and it is the EFL playoffs final. I'm going to be bringing you live commentary for this game, so please bear with me because I am brand new to the business and it has been a while since I have streamed. It's been about 4 years, so yeah, we will be on our way in just a minute. So Swansea gets underway and the game has just kicked off at Wembley Stadium, and this is the Sky Bet playoffs final. Swansea with a lively start here. Brentford with a lively start already, even though Swansea started off quickly and they've got it into the box, but it's a very poor effort and good, well defended by Bidwell. It's a throw in for Brentford in the box and shoved behind for a goal kick. Got the Champions League final later as well as this one. I might not be doing that, but I'm not 100% on that. So yeah, but this is what I'm focusing on at the moment. It's Brentford versus Swansea, and it is playoffs final. It determines who joins us in the Premier League next season. Already, Watford and Norwich have been promoted back. Bournemouth denied the chance to come back by Brentford in that 3-1 defeat. I think it was, I don't know what it was on aggregate, but Chris Kavanagh is the referee today. And Swansea starting an attack now. Now, bear in mind, I have no idea who these players are because I don't really watch EFL. So bear with me. But please leave your comments and opinions down there in the comments below. Thank you. So just 2 minutes in already, and it seems pretty tight, but at the same time, it's lively. Brentford look like they're going to attack, but actually Swansea is the attacking team at the moment. But Brentford, what can they do now with Ayew? It's played into the box and it's well defended by Swansea, but rebounded by Brentford, but an awful kick and right. It almost looked like it was a shot and it went right over crossbar. Ridiculous. Goal kick taken short by Swansea, and yeah, it feels really tight as per usual. I don't know what it is with these finals this season, but they're just really tight. Most of them have been slender 1-0s, but the one that was most enjoyable was that Europa League final. Sorry about that little delay. But anyway, I am back in business now, and it's still 0-0 at Wembley Stadium, and we are 7 minutes into the game with Brentford hanging back. And Swansea with an awful counter press, which has led to Brentford starting an attack, and it's in the box. And that is a penalty for Brentford. Here we go. Chris Kavanagh has pointed to the spot. That looks to me as though the goalkeeper is denying a goal scoring opportunity for me. So I would feel that I feel there might be, I don't know, I don't think it'll be a red, but I think there may be a yellow card in there, because that's just a horrible foul, and it's a definite 100% penalty. Woodman may have just lost it for Swansea, but in the 8th minute, this game is never over. So Brentford take the penalty and straight past Woodman. It is Brentford 1, Swansea 0. And it is a spectacular goal from we'll find out in a minute. Thomas Frank will be happy with that goal, which may just help them a little bit. This game is not over for Swansea, but bearing in mind, I do want Brentford to win this. And obviously it is 1-0 at this time. So yeah. All right, so Swansea already just fighting. Yeah, look, they've got a lot of work to do, but that's not the point. Thomas Frank will be very happy with that penalty. And at Wembley Stadium, scoring is always the best thing that can happen to you. So leave your comments on the game, please. And and Swansea look like they are now struggling a little bit. They do look thrown by that goal, but hearing the fans chant and scream in Wembley Stadium is what makes me happy. Ahead of a Champions League final tonight, especially. That one is in Porto. Man City versus Chelsea. Chelsea recently managed to defeat City in all their last two games. So that will be very interesting to see who pulls it off. I do think that City are going to pull that one off. Okay, so I'm going to have to go 2-0, I'm afraid. But no one can ever be sure. So Brentford looking confident now, and they are trying to start an attack, but a very poor cross straight into the goalkeeper's hands, and Swansea just tossing it about in their own half, and it's a foul on No, not Dancourt. Sorry, I don't know these players at all. But anyway, it's a foul on someone, and Swansea have got a free kick. Woodman with the free kick. Now back onto that penalty for a minute. I think the way that it was just slipped into that bottom corner was fantastic. Exactly like a Premier League goal. And for me, I loved it because it just went straight into the bottom corner, bumped across, bumped off the corner, and yeah, brilliant. So we will see what happens in the remains of this first half. Still a while to go yet. Thomas Frank looking happy with his side at the moment, but he's got his little notepad out. On the other hand, Swansea's manager looks tired and fed up with his team. Brentford tried to start an attack again, Swansea hanging back and being poor. Predictions wise, I cannot predict this game at all. The only game that I found easy enough to predict was the Carabao Cup final, and I predicted 1-0 City, which of course was the outcome from a spectacular header from Aymeric Laporte. foul by Canos. Yeah. So it's a free kick for Swansea now. So is it the left footer or the right footer? By the way, if you haven't already given us a comment, give us one, because give me a topic to talk about, because this game is pretty tight. That the only difference is that penalty. Right. Swansea were asking for a foul there and a penalty, but no foul whatsoever. You're not going to trick Chris Kavanagh with that, but he's not been one of the best referees this season in the Premier League, so you can't. Oh, and it's a second goal for Brentford. And it's from Emiliano, I think. Sorry, Emilino. And it's 2-0 Brentford. Game over. Game over. Flipping game over. I am telling you this. It's a game over situation for Swansea. Brilliant. Absolutely spectacular from Brentford there. Because that goal is showing me what kind of team Brentford are. And I haven't seen much of Brentford this season at all, other than when they played Derby County. So, yeah. So it is 2-0. So there you have it, 2-0 Brentford. Who do you think is going to win this game? And Brentford nearly had a third there. That would have definitely been game over. But 2-0. Is it a safe goal score? Is it a safe scoreline? I don't know, man. But Brentford are 2-0 up already with just 20 minutes played. Oh, and that's a foul. And Chris Kavanagh has pulled out his yellow card. It's a horrible, slippy, sloppy foul. I don't think it's intentional, but I do think it's really, really sloppy. Yeah, this is what I like to call a final. So Emiliano, the goal scorer, has been booked for that horrible, sloppy foul for me. It was just not very good. I think he was mistiming it fully. At the same time, I don't think it's intentional. 2-0 though to Brentford. I don't think Swansea deserves to win this, and I'm totally honest with you. Thomas Frank is still jotting down notes on that notepad of his. Blooming hell. So it looks to me as though Brentford are going up to the Premier League if they can keep this 2-0 lead. Because one thing I have heard is that Swansea are definitely a second half team. So we will see if that is true. But it remains 2-0. I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brentford, actually. Swansea trying to start something, struggling, and one of the Swansea players asks for a foul but doesn't get one. Chris Kavanagh really is not going to slip fouls away today. After being taken off the Carabao Cup final at late notice and replaced by Paul Tierney, that really goes to show how poor he's been this season, Chris Kavanagh. And to be fair, this is probably his refereeing level. So we are 24 minutes in the game. And Brentford, as Martin Tyler would say, are easing away with the lead and racking up the goals. But Swansea, they are trying to start an attack. And they've got it into the box now. And it's a throw-in for Swansea. They really are trying, aren't they? Look at them now. They're shaken. But they need to get off their chairs, and play the game. Because I think Thomas Frank's team will only make it worse if Swansea just sit through for the first half, because the ball is in Brentford's half and Brentford trying to start something, but Woodman is there and kicks it away. My face probably looks a bit weird because my screen is that way and my camera, well, is here. So anyway, free kick for Swansea. Swansea just passing it about in their own in their own in their own half, and they are being told by their technical director to get started and try and start something. If I were the Swansea manager, I would be fuming to be 2-0 down in the playoff finals for one, but in any game really. And the only time that's happened is when we were against West Ham at the London Stadium, and that was Arsenal 3-3 draw in the end. But we were 3-0 down in the 20th minute. 3-1 at half time, and then we made it 3-3. Awful. Now, one thing I'm seeing here is that Swansea are just passing it about, but in the end, they get intercepted by Brentford, and it only leads to Brentford having a bigger chance to score another goal, and 3-0 is going to seal it. Now, one thing that you can see on the Brentford kits and the Swansea kits, of course, is that NHS sticker. working so hard, and I think one of the Brentford players has fouled Swansea player. It's a free kick to Swansea, which Woodman will take. Oh, listen to that crowd. It's fantastic. Give me something to talk about. Go on, give me something to talk about because at the moment Swansea are just tossing it about in their box. Bit boring now. I want to see more goals. That's what you want to see in a final. Goals. What was your favourite Premier League goal this season, or EFL goal, whatever? So Swansea trying to start an attack now, and it they've managed to get halfway through that Brentford half, and are passing it about sloppy, but they have earned a free kick off a sloppy Brentford foul from Janelt. Um, Free kick played short, but Chris Kavanagh did not want like that free kick as he wasn't ready. One time when West Brom beat um, Brighton 1-0, there was a little sloppy situation with Lee Mason when he gave a free kick and he blew his whistle twice, so the goal had to be disallowed. And yeah, there was about a 10-minute VAR check for that one. So referees like to have free kicks taken their way. And Swansea keep the ball in Brentford's half, trying to start something here, looking a bit more lively now. But there is a Swansea player forward and tries to start an attack, but it's good defending from Swansea. Swansea knocking it about in their own half. Brentford want a third, I can tell. But now there is an attack started. Oh, and that's good defending by Brentford. Swansea have a throw in. So that's good defending from Pinnock. Swansea are dominating possession at the moment and they are really pushing. You know, they're not letting go. The Swans. I think Brentford would be lucky to get away with a clean sheet in this game. Um, Swansea aren't one of the worst teams and they aren't one of the best. What I've seen from Swansea was I've seen one of the bad games, and that was a 1-0 against Birmingham. So that was a loss. Yeah, really poor play. They were just, I think they were just sitting back in the game too much. And Birmingham, they looked poor for most of the game, but it's just that it was a penalty that was the difference actually. So yeah, Swansea still tried to start something, and one of the players crosses it into the box but finds no one, and the ball is still in play, and it's good defending by Brentford's Canos to bring a corner to Swansea. Swansea's first corner of the day. Thomas Frank will know that if they want to keep a 2-0 lead in the second half, then they are going to have to defend well and try and start an attack. Caught cleanly by the keeper, the corner. And he's going to throw it to one of the Brentford players, and Brentford tried to start an attack now. Swansea players storming back into their defensive roles. So in this playoff final, 33rd minute, 2-0 Brentford. Can Swansea pull something back, have a bit of joy in this game? Villarreal got beaten. Villarreal beat Manchester United 1-1, and that was 11-10 on penalties. So that was a brilliant game, but it was poor from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team, and I feel that Solskjaer should be sacked. Now, in terms of Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, yes, he's been poor this season, but I don't think Arsenal are going to let Mikel Arteta go. Because at the moment we are having a lot of transfer moves. He is starting to get players in. I mean, today there's been talked about Raheem Sterling and Riyad Mahrez, so no one knows. But back to this game, it's Thomas Frank's team with a goal kick and trying to start an attack to make it 3-0, and they could close the game and wrap it up. But Swansea defend well, and it's a good clearance by Woodman. Swansea are definitely trying now. They are upping the temper and they are upping the pressure. Sorry, upping the tempo, and they are putting pressure on Brentford. So we'll see. We will see. Wayne Routledge, unfortunately, has been left out of this game due to a serious knee injury, similar to the Jack Grealish one. But yeah, it's just a bit tight now, and I feel like Brentford have calmed down a bit. But now Swansea are starting to get their energy, and they really just can't get into that box because it's good defending by Brentford again. Mhm. This game is starting to be a bit boring now, and that's not what I want to see in the final. But Swansea tried to start an attack, and it is a long range shot blocked by Brentford. Still 2-0. Now, what can Swansea do with this possession? Can they waste it and let Brentford have more goals? or can they use it to bring the midfielders in the box and get the ball to the forwards more and start an attack? Because the more you get the ball in the box, it means that you can just try and rack up the corners. Because if you are crossing the ball in a lot of the time and the bloke and the goalkeeper tips it over, you keep racking up the corners. That is a tactic. It's a tactic that I use in FIFA actually. Corner for Brentford, and it was deflected, and I think there's going to be another corner put on the other side. At Wembley Stadium, the fans are cheering loudly, and you can hear the noise. They are telling the Swansea team to get a move on because it's been a poor first half, you have to say. Seven minutes to half time. And Brentford with another corner. And it's another shot, but one of the Brentford players fouled the Swansea players, and it's a free kick the other way. Sorry, a free kick to Swansea. What am I talking about? Now there was actually a Swansea handball, but yeah, I'm not sure really what that's all about. Brentford hold on to this tight, slender lead. Oh, that's a mistake by Swansea. Oh, and that's a poor shot, a very poor foot shot. And Guehi, who let the ball slip, will be relieved that the ball went straight into Woodman's arms. Brentford are seeking a third. I just don't think they're going to get one. So Brentford just knocking about in their own half now. They want to get to half time 2-0 up with a clean sheet. So yeah, both teams just knocking about really. I feel like the ball's mostly stayed in that midfield, but Swansea have had it a lot in their Brentford half. But when Brentford cut through, it's been really, really, really good attacks. With 3 minutes to play plus any additional time required, I believe there'll be 2 minutes of that due to that penalty thing. But there might not be any. Who knows? Oh, Brentford asking for a foul there, which looked like a foul, but I don't think it was. And Chris Kavanagh doesn't even look at the player when the appeal was being made and continues play. So good referee in there. Can the Swans just nick a little goal? They look like they can, but Brentford defending is denying them. Now Brentford are racking up the fouls, so the more yellow cards, the worse it is. Because when a player's booked, it makes it difficult for the player, and it makes them want to concentrate more. You know, it can be hard for player and official. Because when a player's booked, you know that if you foul someone, the risk is you're going to get sent off. So Swansea with a free kick. Oh, that was nearly a goal, but I can't even tell if that wasn't nodded over by. I think that was nodded over by the keeper. Oh, and there is going to be. I have no idea what's been given, but there's 2 minutes of additional time at uh, yeah, at the 45-minute point. So yeah, we're going to have 2 minutes of additional time, and no, in the end, it's a goal kick. So there's a League One playoff final and a League Two playoff final. So those two I'm probably not going to bother about, as I am, well, right now I'm in South Devon. Sorry, not right now, but I'm going to be in. I'll be in South Devon by the time that Champions League final is on. I will be there. I think for me, Brentford have really, really done well on the counter attack. You know, it's a good counter press, and I think they need to keep up in the second half. But as well, they need to get a bit more possession because it looks to me that they are being a bit sluggish and slow. Mm. It's a shot from Swansea, cut out well by Canos, and 10 seconds until half time. And Chris Kavanagh blows half time. So Thomas Frank is halfway to going to the Premier League with Brentford. And it is half time. So I will be back shortly. And yeah, it is half time. So Alrighty, we are back, and yeah, we're about to see the second half live and underway for you. So, halftime analysis quickly. Poor from Swansea, and really, the Swans need to up their game. Yeah, really, the Swans need to start swimming faster, and the Buzzy Bees can loosen the sting out of the tail. Sorry, they can just loosen the sting a bit and relax. Second half is underway for you next. But upcoming action tonight, the Champions League final. What a game that one will be. And that one is live from Porto in the Estadio de Drago. Man City take on Chelsea. They need some glory against Chelsea. And Man City just need to really, really up the game. Yeah. I do feel like Man City are going to come off with a 2-0 win. So yeah, okay, we will be back in just a second. Second half on the way next. So yeah, that Champions League final will be here tonight, possibly. Yeah, and it's 2 minutes until kickoff here at Wembley Stadium. Who will go to the Premier League? Swansea or Brentford? Who are you backing? Let's hear it. Tell me. I'm backing Brentford. The reason is just because I prefer Brentford out of the two teams. I don't really know them. But yeah. So yeah, we are about to kick off now. So as I said before, the Swans can either swim faster or drown. As for the Buzzy Bees, they can keep the sting in their tail or they can remove it from their tail and be a bit slower. Second half under the way. So yeah, Champions League final tonight. That one is on BT Sport for you. It's Man City versus Chelsea at the Porto Stadium, Estadio de Drago. And now Brentford are beginning the game with a bright start. And I'm sure Thomas Frank will be, oh, sorry, Frank Thomas, whatever it is, Thomas Frank, the other way around, will be looking for a 3-goal lead, which will secure Brentford's place in the Premier League. What an experience that would be! But now Swansea are starting an attack. I'm gonna keep my prediction 2-1 Brentford. I don't think they're gonna have a clean sheet, unfortunately. I just feel like that goalkeeper is not good enough. I feel like Woodman is the better out of the two. I just feel like he's had a bad game in this game. So yeah. My favourite goal was the penalty. Oh, and Ayew was just an inch away from scoring a header goal to bring Swansea back into this game. And just 1.5 minutes into the game, already Swansea are playing lively and they look like they're going to come back. Come on, Brentford, you need to keep it up. Yeah. I can tell that we're in for a goal fest here. Speaking of goal fest tonight, Chelsea's opponents tonight, Man City beat Everton 5-0. I don't think we'll get one of those here at Wembley Stadium, but I do think it will be tight, and I think there's more goals to come in this second half. And let's hope there's no stupid decisions from Chris Kavanagh. Oh my God. At the London Stadium, the worst red card decision I've ever seen. What an absolute. I'm absolutely fuming with that one. Because I don't like seeing bad refereeing at all. Yeah. To be fair, I'd rather have Paul Tierney in charge of this game than flipping Chris Kavanagh. But Brentford with a shot and it's way over the bar and goes out for a goal kick. That was from Rawsley. Yeah. What I can see is that Brentford started this first half lively for about 30 seconds and then just went to empty. And that's pretty much what we saw at the end of the first half and the start of the first half as well. But I feel like, again, we're going to see more of that counter press from Brentford. Mm. So a throw in for Swansea. The classic long throw that Sam Allardyce loves to use with West Brom. Loved. But yeah. Swansea keep it alive. And Brentford tackle it and keep it from. And don't concede a corner as well. So Swansea, though, they are really trying today. I can tell that. And then what you need in a final is to try, at least try, because if you don't try, then there's no point in being in the game. Because Swansea have obviously worked really hard in these final playoffs to get here. So just up the tempo a bit, start some counter attacks, and let's go. Don't be daft on Goodman. Martin who? Martin Tyler. Really tight again. Come on, Brentford. Come on, Brentford. Yeah, Swansea dominating possession again in the second half, and they just look like they're going to do it. But it's really good defending from Brentford, and actually Brentford are, the better team out of the two, and I just feel like Swansea have got not a chance to come back. Oh, yeah. All right then. So, yeah, really, really just. I'm starting to get a bit tired of this game now. Look, the two goals from Brentford were brilliant ones, and that penalty, it's just a classic, really. I think that was just fantastic. And yeah, I'd like to see just a little tiny bit more tempo from Brentford. Yeah, and Brentford are just 37 minutes away from automatic promotion to the Premier League. And yeah, you're going to hear some cheering. Look at them fans; they are cheering their Brentford team away. Can you imagine a 3-0 win for Brentford in a final? But how would Brentford actually do in the Premier League? I don't know what Brentford are like as an actual team that much, and I haven't seen them in the Premier League. Um, could they be Leeds United or could they be, you know, Sheffield United? And there is a foul, and ooh, one of the Brentford players is down. The medical team are on the pitch, and Chris Kavanagh is having a stern word with the Swansea captain. And Thomas Frank is fuming about this foul. He has got his arms crossed and has got a massive frown on his face. Yeah, Emiliano down. I think he's just caught there. When you look at the replay, you do see that there's no actual foul there. But I do feel like, Chris Kavanagh is not going to have seen that and is probably going to give a free kick to Brentford. Yeah, I do hope that Emiliano is okay. So, mm. So still 2-0, 55 minutes in the game, and Brentford start us off with a drop ball. Champions League final. I'm looking forward to that one. Oh, oh, naughty, naughty, naughty foul. Cheeky as well. I want to see a bit more of what we saw in the 15th minute of the game, please. Uh, Goals. I want goals, not this. Am I going to have to borrow Josh's magic hat? Because I need a bit of magic here to bring me one more goal, and I hope it's a Brentford one. Now, Brentford have got 35% possession and Swansea have got 65% of it. That's something that I expect because Brentford like to be a low possession counter-attacking team. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people like, a low possession counter-attacking team, because when you've got, when you've got all that possession, you don't know what to do with it. But if you steal possession and you find the pockets, you can just utilize that and you can score a goal. And that's exactly what Brentford have been doing in this game. And that is exactly what they're doing right now because they look like they're about to start an attack. And Emiliano, it is good to see that he is back up on his feet. And oh, what an opportunity there! Oh, come on. I tell you what, so far this is turning out to be the best of all the finals that I have seen so far because the Carabao Cup final was only a one goal one, and so was the FA Cup a one goal one. Man City and Leicester winning those ones. And then the Europa League final was 1-1, 10-11 on penalties to Villarreal. So yeah, yeah, this is just entertaining. Come on, Brentford. The Bees look to be coming to the Premier League because Swansea are wasting their possession. But the Swans have now got it into the box. Oh, and it's crossed in. Oh, and there's a oh, and that. Oh, the chances are coming now. This game is starting to liven up again. But this time, Swansea are livening up, not Brentford. So Callum Poyst is going to come on for Swansea. The Swans are definitely swimming faster in this second half, but they need to utilise that possession still. That was a really good chance, but it was also squandered for me. Because Swansea asking for a foul, no foul given. Brentford now trying to start an attack. Oh, and that's a very, very long pass. And none of the Brentford players could get hold of that, and it's a goal kick for Swansea, who need to get back into this game because if they don't, no Premier League for the Swans. Now, I think Brentford finished third or fourth in the EFL table this season, the Championship. But yeah, they're playing brilliantly. So it's a goal kick for Swansea and finds one of the Brentford players. And Brentford starting attack here. Or Jake Bidwell, that's really good defending. And I think it's going to be a corner to Brentford. Up the Bees. If Brentford get a third, it is well and truly game over. Oh, oh, this is getting tight. It's getting really, really tight because that's a good chance from Brentford. And I think one of the Brentford players blocks it. If you haven't, I'll just have a look here. Yeah, it comes off one of the Brentford players, and yeah, that's going to be a goal kick to Swansea. This is getting tight. Scoreline predictions, please. Oh, and one of the Brentford players seems to be down, and that's not a good sign for Thomas Frank when you are just past the hour mark and you've got half an hour to hold on to this lead. When one of your players is down, that's always a bad sign. Arsenal have experienced that a lot of times, especially with Kieran Tierney. Okay, so Conor Hourihane is coming on for Jan Darnder is coming on for Conor Hourihane. I can't pronounce that. Yeah. Jan Darnder, I think, was a former Liverpool man, actually. Janssen, the Brentford captain, I think is going to stay on. Now, if you lose your captain in a game, that's really, really difficult because when Arsenal beat Chelsea 2-1 in the FA Cup final, which has now led to a run of 3 consecutive wins against Chelsea. Anyway, back to that. Yeah, Cesar Azpilicueta was injured, and he, of course, is the captain of Chelsea. And yeah, that properly scarred him. Properly scarred him. It's a long throw, and one of the Brentford players heads it, but just goes straight up into the air. Oh, that was a Swansea throw. Yeah, Swansea are really, 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 really trying. And oh, the ball's in the box, but it's well defended by Brentford, and that is a very, very. Oh my goodness, Chris Kavanagh has just shown a red card. That is serious foul play there. You are flipping out. I tell you something, Chris Kavanagh has got nothing wrong there. That is a definite red card. That is serious foul play. Horrible that. And you can see the look on Thomas Frank's face. That is just there's no accident there. That's really, really, really harsh. It's that's a definitely straight red card. He knows what he's going to do, and he knows that it's serious foul play. So Jay Fulton is off, and Brentford have the one-man advantage. And the Swansea manager is absolutely ripping David Coote apart because of this red card. And the Swansea fans are silent. I think now I can confirm that this is Brentford going to the Premier League because it is 2-0 and Brentford have 11 men, Swansea have 10. And yeah, you just can't play properly with 10 men. So Brentford get us back underway. And Swansea have a pro. But yeah, it just goes straight to Brentford. And Brentford, they seem to be taking this advantage quite well. I think that they are going to start getting some more possession now because, when you're down to 10 men, it makes it harder for you to keep possession. It makes it harder for you to make chances. Swans are just in poor, I think, today. Now that I look at it in perspective, because they have not been utilising their chances properly at all. And then that red card is just silly. I mean, why would you even go for a foul like that there? Because if you're going to slide in that way with your feet heading straight into the opposing player's shins, and you're pushing him down to land on you, that's going to be serious foul play, unfortunately, and that's just it's intentional and it's wrong. But this is the drama you want to see in a playoff final with 21 minutes play. It is Brentford 2, Swansea 0, and of course Brentford have that one-man advantage. So it's a yellow card for Janelt on a sloppy foul. Yeah, it's just a sloppy foul. I don't think that there's anything too serious there, but you know, yeah, it's a bookable offence. Two finals in one day. What a tense day this will be. But what a happy day it will be for Brentford. Yeah, Brentford are starting to liven up again now because they and those fans are cheering away. Look how happy they are with the one man advantage. Now this season, Arsenal have had quite a few red cards, but it made me feel quite, happy when, for once, we weren't the ones getting someone sent off. That was against Newcastle at St James's Park, and Fabian Schär in the 90th minute got sent off for serious foul play, and Brentford's attack paused by a foul from Wehi, if I pronounced that right. So Brentford have a free kick in a Granit Xhaka position, and there's a debate going on about who will take the free kick. But I think this decision is going to be hard. But I do feel like it's a good place to have a free kick. Definitely. Freeman. Oh, yeah. Oh, and that's just over the bar by Emiliano, but it's a good effort. And we have a substitution. So Canos and Janel are off, and they are to be replaced by Fours and Godot. So yeah. This playoffs final is turning out to be a good one. 73 minutes in and 23, no, 17 to play. But, 17 to play. That's right. Yeah. Brentford tried to start an attack, and are they going to utilise that that 1-man advantage to give themselves a 3-0 lead? Because we need a bit of action, And when I say action, I mean goals in this second half with just 15 to play. The Champions League final, I have no idea what it's going to turn out to be like. I just feel like it's going to be tight, intense. But maybe we might see a Sergio Aguero masterclass. If he's not already left the club. I think he has left the club actually. So, but what a masterclass that was against Everton. He showed what he was worth in 20 minutes. Because he was subbed on at 3-0 and then he made it 5-0. The Swansea trying to start the attack, but it's well defended by Brentford. So it's a long range shot which just hits the head of one of the Brentford players. And yeah. I'm sure next season I'll know exactly who all these Brentford players are. Now, Swansea are in the box and it's a cross, but it's nodded away by Brentford. But the Swans are still trying, still, they're still in. Well, no, they're not still in this, but I think I'm going to change my prediction, which was originally 2-1. I think I'm going to just keep it at 2-0. So we've got a substitution in here, and it's for Brentford. It is Jansen and Raid is on. Still tight, but still Brentford in the lead. And Brentford tried to start start a counter attack. No, an attack. I'm getting my word mixed up here, but anyway, yeah. They're starting an attack. Emiliano with an awkward pass which does not reach anyone, so it's poor and disappointing as well. So Brentford just 10 minutes away from the Premier League. And if you have a look here, Brentford have had 9 shots and Swansea have had 8. And then on target, Brentford have had 3 and Swansea have had none. And then 45 possession for Brentford and 55% for Swansea. The one good opportunity that Swansea have had is that Andre Ayew one, the one that he headed and it went about half an inch away from the net. And Tony's in the box and he shoots, but it is deflected behind for a Brentford corner. If Janssen wasn't there, that would have been a goal. So Brentford will take this corner. It's a good one, but nobody can head it into the back of the net. That's one of the poor sides I've seen from Brentford today. Really good corners, but no one's getting on the end of them. Now, the corner of the season I'm going to give in the Premier League is that Matheus Pereira corner, which it went straight into the back of the net. If you don't know who Matheus Pereira is, he is West Brom player. I think that he's been fantastic this season. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll be one of the West Brom legends. But here we go. Swansea tried to start something. 10 men may not matter for Swansea. But at this moment in time, it looks like that Swansea are going to be down in the dumps. And Brentford tried to start a counter attack, but one of the players goes down. And yeah, cool. Andre, are you on the ball now? What can he do today? Can Swansea give anything to their fans after what has been an all right season? And that is a foul on one of the Brentford players. And the Brentford players having a word with Sean Massey Ellis. But Chris Kavanagh does nothing about that foul other than giving a throw in. So Brentford take a long throw, got it into the box, a shot blocked, and Chris Kavanagh gives a free kick because of a foul on one of the Swansea players. I think it was Andre Ayew. So just 7 minutes to play, and yeah, still 2-0, but so Swansea with a throw in now, and it goes. I think that's a bit of a wasted throw in actually, because you could have done a long throw. One of the players could have caught it, driven the ball forward, because you don't want to be a Swansea fan going out of that stadium, and have nothing. Because that's the worst thing that can happen to Wembley Stadium, going in there, playing an all right game, and then you come out with nothing. The fans are going to want to be out there, and Brentford know that they are going up to the Premier League, and I am happy about that one. So let's just quickly recap on this. So yeah, Watford, Norwich, and Brentford up to the Premier League. No, Bournemouth failed miserably to seal anything really, which I'm happy about because I'm not a fan of Bournemouth at all. When you consider their history with us, and as well, yeah, I prefer Brentford to Bournemouth, and I also prefer Brentford to Swansea. Anyway, let's enjoy the final 6 minutes and 20 seconds of this game. Now, Matthew Benham is in the stadium today. He is the Brentford owner, and I'm sure what he is seeing will make him delighted. It's great to see owners at stadiums. And hello, Fraser. How are you doing? Give us your comments on the game. Tell us what you think. And yeah, please subscribe. Thank you very much. So, Fraser, what do you think? How do you feel like the game's gone today? Just give me a little bit of your view on the game. Have Brentford been good? Were the goals good? Did you enjoy them? And do you think Brentford are the deserving team? Fraser, did you want Brentford to go up, or did you feel like they're the wrong team to go up? Oh, and as well, happy birthday, Fraser. Yeah, happy birthday. What team do you support, Fraser? And can you hear me? Oh, that's brilliant to hear. Yeah, I just feel like Brentford, yeah, are the perfect team to go up. Really, they've been great this season, and I think it will have a great impact on the Premier League. Having different teams come up. I don't think the AFC Bournemouth should have come up. And you support Liverpool? Well, yeah. um. Okay, I'm not a fan of Liverpool. That's a little bit upsetting to hear. Um. Okay. So, what was your favourite goal in this game, if you've seen them? So there was the penalty, and then there was that open play goal. And who? What about the Champions League final tonight? Oh, and yeah, again, the walls are just not moving. You were at the fair. Have you enjoyed that? So the goals, there was one from a penalty, which was absolutely brilliant. I feel like that was just first class. And then the other one was just a simple open play, top left corner. Yeah, lovely strike. For me, I think I've been in for a treat, and yeah, it's just been a great game to watch. Really, I think it's been one of the best finals out of them all. Um, you know, and yeah, tonight I'm hoping the Champions League final will be just as good. So 1 minute left to play, plus any additional time in this brilliant game for Thomas Frank. And David Coote announces 6 additional minutes. Well, that's brilliant to hear that you had a good time at the fair. And hmm, well, I'm telling you something right now. You have missed an absolutely brilliant game because this has just been a treat. A Saturday night, a Saturday evening treat. So I'm going to be joined by someone possibly for the Champions League final, and yeah, that will be exciting. I'm really excited for that. Now, Fraser, I think I might have seen you. He's gone. Yeah, Fraser. I've seen you a few times on A View from the Stands. Um, so I probably do remember that you support Liverpool. So yeah, yeah, you are on A View from the Stands. Yeah. Um, Fraser, I'm actually going to allow you to choose the man of the match today because um, you know, you've been great, and I feel like it'd be hard for me to choose a man of the match. So yeah, just go for a man of the match. If you don't want to, I'll choose one. If I was to choose a man of the match, I'd go for Emiliano. 4 to a shot, and just it's just gone over the bar. Poor, poor, poor. The Brentford fans are screaming at their team because they want a 3-0 lead. Yeah, I've not, me and Josh do talk regularly. I think he might do the Champions League final, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to do that though for definite. And yeah, I, I'm sure he'll appreciate that very much. By the way, as well, if you wouldn't mind getting my channel, spread about a bit, because I want to grow more. But no, I'm sure Josh will be doing that Champions League final. I will be surprised if he doesn't. Quickly though, what has been your favourite final so far? The Carabao Cup final, the FA Cup final, or the Europa League final? Now I'll just go through the teams who won them. So Man City won the Carabao Cup final 1-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. And then Leicester beats Chelsea 1-0 on the FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium. And then you've got Villarreal 1-1, 11-10 on penalties win. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm going to go for Emiliano as the man of the match. The Europa League match, yeah, I'm totally up there with you because even though Villarreal did what they did to Arsenal, I you may have heard this. I absolutely do not like Manchester United, and it was a great final to watch. Actually, and yeah. So for me, I'd agree with you there. That's my favorite one, but this has definitely been better. I think it's been an outstanding performance from Brentford. They totally deserve to come back to the Premier League, and they are just a minute and a half away from it, and they've been great in this game. So just quickly then, before this game ends, who do you, Fraser, want to win the Champions League final, and what is your prediction? Yeah, I know you've told me. Thanks a lot though for letting me know. Champions League final prediction? I'm going to go for a Man City win, but in extra time. Originally, I said 2-0, but I think I'm going to say 2-1. I think Chelsea will start the game. You hate both sides. Yeah. think Chelsea will start the game with a win. The lead, and then yeah, I think Man City will come back. So that's the way I'm going to go for it. And Brentford have just been confirmed their Premier League. Why do you hate Chelsea? I mean, please tell me why you hate Chelsea. Yes, congratulations, Brentford, who have won the EFL playoffs. You just don't like Chelsea. And yeah, this message is going to be going everywhere. Congratulations, Brentford. They're back to the Premier League alongside, you know, Norwich and Watford. For me, the right team won today, and it has been a brilliant, brilliant performance overall. And yeah, I will be back with you later for the Champions League final, where the Champions League winners will be confirmed. So, thank you very much, Fraser, for joining us today, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely next hour and a half. And this Swansea players are crying. Right, thanks a lot, Fraser.